every foot. Oh, we didn't even give anybody any warning this time, did we?
BowmanDigitalMedia.com. Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're coming from. It's Speed Networking with Mike and Ira, man. I feel like it's been forever, bro, since we did this because I freaking went around the world, it seems like, last week. But I'm super excited to be back on. I know you've been chomping at the bit too. So what's fun about this, Mike, is we're going late for us, but it's really cool because it's morning for, people like in, but in India, it's after, is it afternoon? No, not quite. Okay. So it's like morning in India. They almost always get left out because they're 12 hours behind us, right? So you and I
Well,
talked about
welcome to
doing
the
this.
party, India.
Yeah, you and I talked about doing this last time we were on. Actually, like, hey, we should do a late show. So here we are. But I have a feeling we're gonna be joined by some people that have not seen the show before. So let's just
I
give
don't
them a
know if I
quick.
should be happy for them or apologetic or what.
Should we apologize in advance? Let's
We
give
can
them
fair
a quick
warning.
rundown. Yeah, what do we do here, Mike? What's the point of this show?
Well, I'm not sure exactly what the point is. I mean, we want to talk to people, right? Network with other
Yeah,
people, learn about them and what they're doing. We actually want to get people to come up here and talk to our audience. Introduce yourselves so that way we don't have to do the talking. That would be even better.
yeah. So Mike's telling you basically the show doesn't have a script. The point of the show is Mike and I are trying to help our network reach more. I hate to use the word prospects because it's not necessarily what it is. This isn't just to help you sell stuff, although
I like the
certainly
word
it can.
opportunity.
Yeah, like you have maybe a small network and you want to build your network. That's kind of the point. We're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, we're on YouTube. So if
Should
you're
we?
trying to grow, yeah, if you're trying to grow on any of those platforms, you know what you could do? You could click on the link. I just
I
put
just
it, and so
posted it
did
too.
Mike. I did too, right? So jump
Great
on. All
minds.
you got to do here's what you do. If you see the picture of the duck, don't click on the duck. Click on the actual link itself. That's the one thing that can mess you up. What
Oh,
that
my
will
bad.
do is it'll take you to the green room. And once I see that you're camera ready, I'll bring you on the show. And then, Mike and I will ask you questions about who you are, where you are, what you do. And let me just say this because we're talking predominantly to an international audience right now, right? So,
Whoop,
international
whoop.
audience, yeah, I know that you probably, English isn't your first language, you might be a little bit apprehensive about joining us because you're like, I don't know if I can keep up. Look, I will say this: if you speak English as a second language, you're automatically smarter than Mike and I because we don't speak
That's
English.
very insane.
English,
You know,
English and sarcasm. That's all we speak, and we
if
don't
I
even
can
speak
take
proper
it time,
English. Okay, we
you're
speak
good.
sarcasm perfectly, fluently. With
We'll figure it out.
It never stops. But here's the deal: don't be embarrassed to jump on. It is okay. I mean, obviously, we don't speak anything else. So if you don't speak in English at all, then you're probably not watching the show, anyways. But if it's broken English, or if you don't get, we will help you understand. Okay. But
Well, this could be a train wreck. I'm totally looking forward to this one.
it could be a lot of fun. But here's the deal: it's after hours in the United States. Mike, it's midnight your time, bro. Well, in 4 minutes, it's midnight. It's 10 p.m. in California.
My head
Hey, we got our first victim volunteer. All right.
Oh,
Is it Badia? Is that right?
Yes, exactly. It's Badia. How are you?
Badia.
I'm doing good, thank you. Let me just give you some advice. I think you're on your camera. Can you turn it sideways? Can you hold your camera sideways for me? Yeah. No?
No.
It didn't flip.
But I don't mind. I just woke up, so I can still be sideways.
No, I think at our best, Mike and I are usually sideways anyway. So, all right, I'm gonna try a different view. Yeah,
yes.
Like yeah, yikes! It looks like
I kind of like being in the middle, though.
Do you?
Yeah,
There's a joke. There's a joke there waiting for you to happen. This is
what you just did. You have to change the layout of the picture, of the video.
See, that's actually not bad. If I do this now, I don't feel like I think we can make this work for a minute. All right.
Oh, so, my head looks even bigger.
I know, because it's got to be big to contain your ego. Sorry, man. Mike and I love each other, but we tease each other relentlessly. It's just part of our.
So, Badia.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
So tell us, where are you from?
I'm American Lebanese. Now I'm residing in Beirut.
Okay. And you just said in the comments that it's 8 o'clock there, right? 8 in the morning?
Yes. I was just walking around luckily I had electricity in the house. I was fixing my coffee and then suddenly I saw you going live. So I just said, okay, Yalla, let's try. Let me see what's happening on your show. I love the live stream, especially when it's in the morning or late at night when I'm not sleeping.
Yeah. Well, I make posts all the time. I'll give you guys a tip. I make posts all the time at this time of night because I know that a lot of the world is waking up and it's already tomorrow. So, I recommend that people in the United States that are watching that, if you want to grow and reach more people around the world, don't just make posts from 8 to 5 in the day because the rest of the world, a lot of them are sleeping or they're done at work. But Badia, this is about you at the moment, not about us. So Mike and I are just going to ask you some questions, right?
I will make sure somehow. I'm sure I have seen. Yeah. Actually, I wanted to have a show called Sleepless in Beirut.
There you go.
So this could be a great title because we're all sleepless at one point.
And if you do that, you'll have all of America's attention because we're all awake at that time.
Yes, it will be very interesting. I always host people actually on my social media. Especially, I started it during COVID, and I started having awareness sessions with all doctors, professionals, nutritionists, personal trainers, and because I'm an author, and I'm a social media activist, so I'm always on social media. And I have a show now called Let's Grow Corporate Style.
Yes. You have a link?
10 minutes tips daily, weekdays for working people. It's on my Instagram.
Sorry, guys.
So actually, I'm always on social media.
Sounds like you're always doing something.
No, that's really cool. So do you have a link you can share?
Yes. You want me let me see how. Yes,
If
on
you
chat.
post it if you post it in the comments, I'll put it up on the screen.
Now I see you're also a jeweler.
I'm a jeweler as well. I was born a jeweler. I'm still a jeweler because once a jeweler, you don't stop. So yes, I've been a jeweler since I was 17, and
Wow.
I worked in the States. We had our shop when I was there for like 10 years, and then I moved back to Beirut. And my ex-husband is a jeweler. My parents are jeweler, and I'm kind of one of those workaholic who just recently I'm starting to investing in myself, because before I used to work for a company always. So now I'm investing in myself.
Gives you a lot of new freedom, huh?
Yes, it's the
So
freedom,
what's
the freedom to
favorite-
write. It's been 3 books that I have published, 2 in the States, 1 in UK. And
Good for you.
I'll post the link now. They're all motivational and inspirational book because I feel I have a goal. I want to change the world.
Well,
Buddy,
that's great.
you sound really
Yeah.
awesome. I'm gonna find your profile here on LinkedIn real quick, and I'm gonna pull it up. And the reason why I want to do that is I want people to follow you. Very interesting. This is the first time we've ever talked, right? I think so. I'm really bad in
So
English.
how often do you go live?
So Mike and I go often whenever I get an inch up my butt.
Okay.
Honestly,
so you
we
don't
go.
have a schedule yet.
No, that's part of the fun of this show. Like,
Yes.
it's like a pop-up party. You don't know what day, you don't know what time. Now we might actually do some schedules. Mike has got a new show that he's cooking up, and he's gonna have that on a regular day and time. I think, is that right, Mike?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to have it scheduled out and plan it out a little bit.
It will be really interesting to.
So
I think she cut out on us.
yeah, it might be
So
bad internet.
this is my last book.
Hang on a second. I'm gonna share my screen too. I've got her up here. So
This is my last book.
Life's Detours.
Yes.
So here we go. So I've got your page up right now, and I'm gonna share this because it's interesting. Author, jeweler, blogger, sales and marketing, business development, host of live stream. You got a ton going on. It sounds like you need to join SPN and hang out with Mike and I more, because I mean you're our kind of people right here. You work hard. You already said it. You're social. You're smart. You got more hair than the both of us, and that's harder.
I'm losing my hair,
and
man.
it's the messy hair now. It's the natural look. No makeup even.
I'm not wearing makeup this time either.
Actually, it's really interesting because I always hosted guests. So I always tell people when they host me on TV shows and etc. to discuss really what I do, especially when I had my books coming out. I always say, it's fun to be on the other side sometimes, just trying to see how things are. I have this.
Looks like 3 totally different books too, huh?
Yeah, but they all have the same goal: inspiring people to change, to move forward, not to fear the setbacks, not to voice their opinion. I tell them, I'm your voice, but just be inspired. I'm speaking up your problems, but like.
So she's written, "Where is my angel?" And
that's what I always tell them. Find your story. This was my biography. Where is my angel?
Yeah, and then she's got jeweler. Wait, I'm sorry. Where are the book names at? I'm trying to find them real quick, and I know I'm messing it up here. I'm sorry. Doing this on the fly. Oh, there we go.
No
okay. Life's Detours, and I can't read the other one in the picture. But guys, go to her. I've got the link up on the screen. Go to her profile on LinkedIn and connect with her. And I'm telling you, this lady is awesome, and I'm just finding out about her now. So seriously, I'm going to recommend that you join SPN and hang out with Mike.
I love the cover photo.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty cool. You've got a lot going on, and your network size 6,500, so you've got a decent sized network, but there's room to grow. So we're gonna try and help you get to 7,000
tonight, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna try and get to 7,000 before the show's over. Let's do that.
And here's the thing, guys. Make sure to send connections to the people you see commenting and the people we bring up on stage a little bit. It's kind of the whole point.
100%. We got some people. I do want to pause for just 1 second. We got Gene Hanna.
I was just looking at that guy's name. We got to bring him up.
he's in Beirut as well, but and he's saying that there's power and electricity issues going on in the country right now. But I want to talk to him about. See how it says LinkedIn user on my screen? Now I know that's Gene because I can see LinkedIn over on a separate monitor. Okay, I got 3 monitors going. So here's what you got to do, Gene. You got to go up into your profile. Oh, Ryan Jackson's coming on too. You got to go on to your profile settings. Go to visibility and update visibility to public. And that will allow us to see when you make these comments on our show. It'll allow everybody to see it.
No,
we got my buddy Ryan Jackson, who is also a Top Gun pilot Goose from the movie Top Gun.
Is he really?
He was yesterday. Or that was the day before now. But anyways, what's up, Ryan? It feels like we haven't seen each other in like 24 hours, bro.
Yeah. So we're back in Pensacola, staying with Chris Matters. And I was getting ready to go to bed. And I saw you were live. I was like, I got to jump on. So
that's why you said it's late, because I'm like in Hawaii, bro. It's like 5 o'clock, ain't it?
No, I'm out here for a couple weeks working with some people that we know. Are you
going to go jump out of a plane?
No, that's stupid.
I'll never do that.
How tall are you, Ryan?
6'2" or so.
Yeah, so Mike, you're still taller than him. But I'm telling you, I was hanging out with all these people in Florida. I felt like a shrub, dude. Everybody was a pine tree, and I was a shrub. But
yeah, you were still killing it.
I jumped on every high top chair I could find, so I was still the tallest dude in the room.
That's hilarious. I saw you wearing a hoodie down there in Florida too.
I'm still wearing a hoodie, but it was cold. Ryan will tell you it was cold till Sunday. Sunday the weather changed, which was nice. So
you made it to the concert, Ryan?
Yep, I was there. And then what Ira was talking about was the 80s theme party. So I mean, I right now I'm still active duty Navy. I retire this summer.
Well, thank you for your service.
I appreciate it, but it's my pleasure.
I'm gonna go hang out with Ryan in Hawaii in May.
Yeah, he's coming out to Honolulu, so we're gonna hang out.
My condolences.
Now, Mike, do you remember I told you I was talking to somebody at my meeting about SPN? This is one of the guys I was telling you about that I was talking to.
Well, I would have been nicer. Thanks for the warning.
There you go. Anyways, what's really funny is, so he was Goose. His wife was the girl Charlie, and his buddy, what was the guy's name? I forget his name.
It's Chris.
Chris, yeah. So and Chris was Maverick. So they had
this party on the weekend.
Yeah, at the concert. So it was an 80s thing. So, I tried to dress up a little bit, but I was the photographer. I was wearing 2 cameras, so like in a backpack. It just didn't go with the costume, which I knew it wasn't.
Yeah, but we also we got beat by an 18-year-old kid dressed up like Prince. So,
please tell me you got that, Ira.
It looked so good. And then the other girl was dressed up. What is that song?
You get extra credit just for having the balls to dress like Prince. I think that's the greatest thing I've heard all day.
You know, it's funny. He had the mannerisms down too. It was
really,
yeah, it was really good. Okay, so
who doesn't even know who Prince is?
So Ryan, you're active duty military. Your wife is active duty or no?
Yes.
Yeah. So they both serve, which is pretty cool.
Very cool.
In full disclosure,
she came off to see it.
Yeah, well, I told you we're a part of that group. So, we're all out there to support the group, and we had a lot of fun. I've got so many pictures to process, Ryan, but I'm going to try and get you guys those pictures as soon as.
And no, you guys raised a lot of money for a good cause too, right? That was like a local animal shelter thing.
Yeah, so the name of the foundation that we were helping support was Rise Animal Refuge, and so the name of the concert, and it was a 2-day concert series, was Rise the Refuge. So I think they raised over $100,000. I'm not 100% sure about that. I haven't heard the final totals, but I know that they sold 60 VIP tickets for 2 days, so they were $1,000 each. So there's 60 grand just right there.
Jeez.
So if they didn't get to 100,000, they got really close. But it was some.
Well, that's cool.
Significant change. But here's the thing that we learned. Of the top 5 states in the United States for dogs being euthanized, 3 of them are right there in the Panhandle. It's Alabama. I don't remember if it was Mississippi, but definitely Florida and Alabama, and one more.
Well, I guess that makes sense though, because of the weather. There's going to be more breeding and stuff outside, and more.
Yeah. So it said like 5,500 dogs a day are euthanized
Oh my
in the United
goodness!
States, and 80% of those 5,500 are not sick at all. They're just euthanized basically to make space.
That's crazy?
It's
5,500 a day.
Yeah, and they said in their area, just in their area, there's like 4,500 homeless pets on the streets at any given time.
That's insane.
Did you remember all those numbers, Ryan?
I've heard them several times, and no, I don't remember them all.
I do that. That's
But it's impactful when you hear them talking about the numbers. It's very impactful.
Can you guys on stage?
Oh, we're not commenting.
Yeah. So here's what they're asking you. Here's what she wants you to do. She wants you to make comments on LinkedIn so she can connect you. That's very thoughtful. And by the way, if you guys are commenting right now and you want to jump on stage with us, this is an open show. It's not like you have to have an invitation. I mean, I'll give you the invitation right now, but all you need to do is click on the link and you can come on stage with us. And what's cool about that, if you do it, is we'll talk about you. We'll talk about who you are, what you do, where you do it. We'll try and get you some new connections. And that's what Kimberly is actually trying to do right now. She's trying to help us build the following, which is really cool.
2 points for Kimberly.
She's really cool. She runs the artist cooperative in New York. And I want to figure out a way
to help.
So most artists are starving artists, right? You know what I mean? Like they do it because they love it, not because they're going to be famous or whatever. You know, but most of them struggle to pay the bills. So I think the cooperative is a way for them all to get more exposure. And I don't know if they get any like nonprofit funding or anything like that. Kimberly, come on the show and tell us about that. Tell us more about it. But Rahish, I see you there, brother. Welcome. Thank you for inviting all of us. Yeah, you're all invited to come on. That's why we do this stuff, man. I'm
gonna have to go follow Kimberly now.
Kimberly said, "I'll take the 2 points." We lost Ryan.
I don't give out points too often, especially on your show.
So, but Dia, let me ask you this. Well, we shift back to you because Ryan had to pop off. Oh no, he's back on. What is a project that you're working on now that you would like some support, some help with? Is there anything? Are you writing a book? Are you looking to build your website, your social media following? What's like a goal that you have that we might be able to support you as a group?
I have LinkedIn, definitely, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I have my blog. It's called Your Thoughts While Having Coffee, that I share daily on LinkedIn. And basically, I'm everywhere on social media. I have my YouTube channel. It's called iChannel, which is basically the back room where all the guests are stored, because like the guest I host, like I have a full session with them of expertise, like first aid, like with the fire department, safety tips with therapists, nutritionists, as I said, with chefs.
That's
yes.
Cool. Do you have a business page on LinkedIn too, or no? Does your business have a business page on
I
LinkedIn?
have this page. I couldn't open the business page. Actually, I wanted the live access to be given to me. I requested it by LinkedIn to be given a live access so I can go live from LinkedIn, because I host a lot of businesses,
Well, this is what I'm
but
talking
I
about.
didn't get it yet.
In fact, I just made this page for a brand new company here on LinkedIn called TGS Financial Systems, and I recommend that all of you business owners out there go ahead and make yourself, your company, a business page, because this will help you not only on LinkedIn to grow your following and your business on LinkedIn, but also it'll help you with your SEO with things like
You know, that's originally why I got on LinkedIn in the first place, Ira, was just to make a company page.
There you go. Well, it's funny because I reached out to Mike and I said, "Hey, Mike, you ready to go live?" And there was a little bit of a delay. And so I said, "Okay, I've got this homework assignment. I've got to do this tonight for a new client." So I made this page and then we went live. But the reason why this helps you guys so much is now you can make posts that, about your business. You can have fans of your business. They can share it out. But also this right here, where we have an active backlink on these. So this is brand new, but custom button clicks, what you do is you set that to your website link, and then it helps you with your domain authority.
Okay.
So the more followers you get, the better. And so look, a brand new page, he's already got 3 followers, and this will continue to grow. If you guys would like to follow this page, I'll actually share this too. What this is, just so you guys know, since I've got it up, this is a credit app where you can manage and monitor your credit from all the bureaus all in one app. It's super cool, and it's got
How much does it cost to do that?
So I don't know the.
You know how cheap I am. I always have to ask that question.
I don't think it's very much, Mike. I think it's like $10 a month or something like that. But I don't have the pricing down yet.
Terrible marketing guy. Terrible.
I'll look it up.
Well, it's a brand new account.
Okay, I'll look up the business.
I will
page.
say this, one more piece of advice. When you guys make your pages, make sure you make it easy to tell for people to understand what you do. See how I did that there? I said manage your credit in one place because that's what they do. And then I show the website address. Just make it easy. Sometimes people just have like a generic picture or no picture, or they have their logo, but they don't say what they do. So it's good strategy if you do that. We have a couple new people on stage with us. We have
Ronald Flores. I've been wanting to talk to this guy.
I thought Kimberly came on too, but I guess she didn't yet.
Hey, Ira. Hi, Mike.
Hello.
How's it going, brother? So
You know me. I'm all around, man.
Ronald,
I miss you in the Bay Area now, man.
yeah, Ronald.
You gotta come back here?
So I'm down in LA. It's funny. I'll let me tell you guys. Ronald and I used to get together at LinkedIn local events in the Bay Area. So
Yep.
yeah, Kirsten and Ronald were running it, and then I kind of joined in and participated, and then I moved down here to the LA area. So, anyways, I miss hanging out with you though, buddy. How's things going?
Well, they're closing now, closing in, closing down. We don't understand. So, Krista, Krista, he already moved in Ireland, and then me, I stayed here, but most of my activity now are at home,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, that's
I know.
California. We're locked down. For those of you who are not familiar with what's going on in California, we have a lot of rules. I mean, it's there to protect us, obviously, but it is kind of frustrating. Okay, so I got somebody asking how to join the show. Let me get that again. To join the show, what you want to do is click on the link, guys. So click the link, and it'll take you to the green room. Once I see your camera ready, I will pop you on the show as a guest. But Ronald, tell us a little bit. You're a business owner, right? Tell us a little bit about your business and what you do.
So basically, my business is called Curious Finance. Basically, we help CPA, EAs, and financial tax preparer and tax professional to basically help their business owner making sure all the tax credit and cost reduction planning are implemented on their side.
Very cool.
Cool. If you guys want to follow Ronald, my buddy Ronald is the business name. It's right there, Curious Finance. And by the way, this is one of the smartest cover photos on all of LinkedIn. Okay.
Oh, thank
Why is it so smart? And sorry, buddy, I'm covering your face right now. But why is it so smart? Because it says right there what he does. He's helping to co-brand his business right on his personal LinkedIn. Now, you still want to make your company pages because you don't get the SEO boost or help from LinkedIn on your personal page. You only get that when you create the company page. And by the way, Ronald, if you haven't already, go ahead and make a company profile on serviceprofessionalsnetwork.com and get a double boost because, well, it's free, it's easy, and it's a domain. It's a good domain authority. The Ahrefs are off the charts high. What do you have, Mike? 1.4 million, something crazy like that.
Mike is crazy. Mike, I was telling you, I was gonna tell you, Mike, you're crazy, man. Your page are blowing up. I thought I broke it or something.
Well, we're switching the site this week, so there's a few different changes going on, and a lot of the bells and whistles are actually off. Like I think the directory is off right now to some degree, and a few other things are off. But I'm really liking what's going on.
Yeah, you can join, you can make posts, you can still do your links. Like I'll give you guys some strategy how I use Service Professionals Network. So I have a directory for all my clients, a directory listing, right? I add those, but I use it as a way to communicate to the people in SPN. Like if I got a new tweet, if I got a new Instagram post, if I got a new YouTube video, if I got a new LinkedIn post, it's just another way for people. You know, what do we all have? FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. Well, SPN helps SPN members not to miss out on stuff. It's just another way that you can keep up. Plus, you get the backlink free for your website, which is, I mean, most of the times you would pay hundreds of dollars for something like that. And the cool thing about SPN2 now, Mike, you're going more like big time on us, buddy. You can have followers, all kinds of cool stuff.
There's all kinds of cool stuff going on right now. I'm kind of excited.
Can I just say you're starting to look like Wolverine a little bit too?
Yeah. You know, I didn't think about that until we were like 5 minutes into the show. I'm like, oh, you know what? I didn't even think about going live at all. So like this is actually kind of random.
I was gonna sleep and then I just like looked for a couple of minutes in my link and then I saw Ira. Oh, Ira's on. Let's do this.
Yeah, you know, okay, so one of the strategies of this show when Mike and I decided to relaunch it this way is we were doing speed networking with Mike and Ira Tuesdays at 10 o'clock my time. That was noon for Mike and it was 1 o'clock for the East Coast, but not everybody could join. So we thought, well, let's pick a time that's easier for people to join. But you know what? Because I have a global network, there's always times where somebody's going to be asleep and somebody's going to be, you know, at work. So what we decided to do is just kind of mix it up a little bit and let's see how it goes. I like them because this strategy, it's like they're pop-up parties. You know what I mean? It's no.
Well, I mean, you got to talk to who's ever up at that time. I think it's kind of cool that way.
Well, and for those of you who do have the FOMO, seriously, you're afraid you're gonna miss out on these shows. You could always go to my YouTube channel and find them. And as soon as Jacob Warren allows us to post videos again, hint, Jacob, hint, Jacob.
My anxiety's like going so bad with this.
Jacob's gonna come on here and yell at me in a minute. He's like, God, give me
I guarantee he's not. I mean, like, first of all, I don't think he's talking to me right now because of all the changes and everything else, and I'm kind of annoying. You know,
well,
I mean,
as soon as that becomes available again, then I will start putting these on.
So I can see on the back end, right? Like all the things that he's implementing and doing, but I promised him that I wouldn't touch anything because I have a habit of breaking things to me. Think like chefs in the kitchen, that's why you pay the guy and get out of the way, right? So like I know as a developer, he's going slow for a reason. And I'm not saying like he's going slow, but I'm just saying like I would just turn everything on, you know? So
All right. Well, Kimberly is in the house.
Hi, Kimberly.
Hello, Kimberly.
Kimberly Kimberly is an amazing person because she actually sang Beastie Boys with me.
There you
I
go.
did. I totally did.
So we had to fight for
Old
our right.
school.
Old school. It was fun. I used to do for a little bit.
Where
I
is
would-
this video?
I'm
It's there somewhere on YouTube.
I'm hearing all the back chatter. It's my apologies.
Well, you know what? Hey, Gene, we got you, brother.
Good morning, guys. Good evening
Well-
for you guys.
Yeah, it's
so-
night for us, but hey, it's a party. So we
I was
got.
setting up my standing office, so
Oh, there you go. Cool.
yeah,
Well-
I don't want to be sitting anymore.
Oh, we just lost her.
We
Dang
lost
it.
Kimberly.
Yeah, we lost Kimberly. I was gonna say, so Mike for a while was doing Saturday night karaoke with Ira, and I'd have anywhere from like 6 to 10 people on. It was kind of fun, but we each sang some songs.
There's only 4 people.
She would never sing. I know it's bad. It's really bad. She would never sing. She was always, but she was there, and she's so supportive. That's how I knew about the art. What did I say? Collaborative? Yeah, art is collaborative. So one day I'm like, Kimberly, you got to sing something. You know what I mean? Like you're always here. You got to sing something. I got Damon to sing too, buddy. So Damon sang
That one would be hilarious.
He sang "Long Black Train" if I remember right. But anyways, Kimberly and
There you
I,
go, Kimberly.
I'll sing.
I
Beastie
can't
Boys.
hear Ira. All I hear is back chatter.
You can't.
It's clear to me.
Kimberly, do you have your show on mute or is it live? I think that's what it is. Okay, when you guys come on the show, you gotta mute the show that you were watching and just have the one set of sound coming in. Otherwise, you will get double. You'll get double sound. That's what it is. Remember the old days when you would call the radio station and they tell you to do
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the same idea. Okay.
Are you talking about the
No,
rotary phone? Oh, yeah. The
I'm
old
not on
rotary
mute. I
phone?
just can't hear. All I hear is back chatter.
Okay. Hang on. Let's get this in the comments so she knows.
So, Mike, you're in LA as well?
Oh, that's a great
No,
idea.
I'm in Chicago.
You're so smart,
Freezing
Ira.
death in
No.
Chicago. Where are you
Yeah,
at?
it's freezing. Well, right now I'm in Beirut, but I
we
was
go.
always
Wow.
running from between
Hang on a second.
Montreal and LA.
Wait, I
Who's
got a
in
graphic.
Beirut?
I got a graphic for this. Hang on.
Hi,
You're
Madia,
in
كيفك?
I gotta use this.
Hey,
Remember this? Hold up. What?
nice.
All right. Kimberly just said something, and I don't hear that very often. I mean, like never. Just have to rewind it. Kimberly, what did you just say?
I think I said you were smart or something.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I might have said that.
You did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he never hears that. So,
I never hear that.
He is smart.
especially with
He
8
is.
kids.
Agreed.
Yeah, I hear. You know how that happens and stuff like that all the time. Anyways, all right. Sorry to cut you off there, Gene. That was just too good to let go. I had to. I had to
No, it's okay. I was telling, but yeah, I'm in Beirut right now, but I'm constantly traveling. I'm basically, I live in the plane more than I live here, but
You're a traveling man, huh?
yeah.
Gene, what do
Yeah.
you do for a living, Gene?
Well, I'm a defense consultant, but one of those that are not paranoid, right? I don't mind sharing and connecting and networking. So
That's
so basically, I advise companies and governments what to buy. I tell them what's the new tech. It's basically a closed up industry. We're not too public, but I try to expand. I worked with defense manufacturers before.
pulling up your.
And now basically I started following Ira. I think I hired a couple of guys from his network, basically by sharing CVs and looking around. It's mainly to see what's going up, even new human resources stuff that I had no access to. So I'm a long time follower of Mr. Broman.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that part. defense is
Yeah.
kind of boring, right?
2,000 followers. We want to help him build that following up.
Hey, Gene. I just want to
Yes.
say to you, so the election in the Philippines is gonna be soon, so you might be eyeing that too right now because we're gonna switch a president. So I heard that there's a lot of conflict right now in China, so they might need some help with that.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the most of the manufacturers I work with are American, and you know the stuff. I made a couple of deals with NewTek, and I had the American government on top of my. I don't want to say it out loud in public, so
Yeah.
I avoid working with 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 the countries that have embargoes on, right?
Mhm.
Like Lebanon, the U.S. put a lot of uh, basically conditions to work with the Lebanese government, which is right. So uh, you have countries that are blacklisted. Let's put it that way.
There you go.
It's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is politics is always crazy. My dad lives in the Ukraine, so right now it's obviously
Yeah.
really bad
Good luck
right there.
with that, Ira.
So I just hope he stays safe. You know, it is what it is. But the world
That's
is,
right.
Gene can tell you, it's not always a safe place.
Yeah. So and the situation in Lebanon now, like but yeah, I was saying, look, you never know when they're gonna cut the electricity. You never know when the internet is gonna work. You never know.
Mm.
And
Just
it's
what
cold
happened
now.
now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, buddy,
Yeah.
that looks like that just happened to you. The power went out, huh?
Just now.
Yeah. You see, I'm one of the lucky ones who invested in solar power, so I kind of have my backup plan, but not everyone has access to that, right? So especially with the economic situation, it's really bad, guys. It's super bad.
Well, I wish you the
It's
best there. Sorry to hear
catastrophic,
that.
really.
But I'm hoping that just by coming on the show will help to improve your network visibility a little bit, and that will
Mhm.
help you get some more connections. That's the whole reason that Mike and I do this show is really nothing to do with Mike and Ira, because trust me, we're doing okay with our network size, you know, and our reach already, but we're trying to use this platform as a way for people to build their own reach, you know, and so you
Hey,
can come on and be social, and people can see like, oh, they're not just trying to sell me something, or they're, you know, not just mad spammers or whatever, and you know, they're from New York but they're not jerks or
Who is
whatever.
typing their microphone? You're
I
driving me
know.
insane.
I
You're
was like,
absolutely
who's
driving
that?
me insane. Whoever's doing that, please stop.
Not
What
it.
is it?
Thank you.
Hey, I think the only thing Mike and you don't touching right now is the Instagram, man. The reels is getting hotter, and that's the one I'm focusing right now.
You mean you mean I'm not doing well on Instagram?
No, I mean like I know you're posting something in Instagram, but you're not teaching the how to do it, man. I'm
Oh,
trying to
I
wait
was
for you.
with everybody. Don't even talk to him about Instagram. He's not going to help you with that. No.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you guys. If you guys want to know how to do Instagram, I was actually just having a conversation with a former NFL player tonight. Okay, the guy played linebacker in the NFL for 11 years, Mike, including one season with the Bears. That was the worst season he ever had. Anyways,
Well, that makes sense.
he's like, Ira, I want to build my Instagram account. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys some secrets on Instagram, and it'll help you. Actually, this will help you.
Oh, you're going to bust out the good stuff, huh?
I'll give you some good stuff.
Thanks,
Right,
Ronald.
good one.
You're watching me after midnight on the East Coast. I'll
He's
give
going
you
to
some
send me a bill later, buddy. Thanks, dude.
Oh, sorry, what happened?
Here we go. All right. So one of the things that you want to do on Instagram is really figure out who your target audience is and what type of content they want to see. Too many people on Instagram are just posting willy-nilly whatever they feel like putting up. And if you want to have a following, you want to build a following, that you have to think like a producer, not a consumer. So you have to understand what the consumer wants that you're trying to go after, and you have to give them that. They don't have tolerance for following you for, it's not like Facebook or LinkedIn to a certain extent where you can post whatever you want and people will follow you across the board. You kind of have to, and this is the word, now this is the marketing word. You have to know your niche and you have to live in that niche. You have to use the right tags. And I mean both smart tags is what I call them, but tagging the right people and also hashtags. And you have to be consistent with your content. So you have to put up good content, consistent content, use your tags, use your hashtags, and don't live in a space you don't belong. In other words, don't mix it up. If you go to my YouTube channel, this is a problem that I have right now on YouTube. And this, I tried to grow my YouTube channel first, and I actually learned this lesson on YouTube, but I'm stubborn. So I can't help it. What I really do is blow it up and start over. That's why I have multiple channels. One for one media.
I'm not sure if you guys can hear properly. I can't.
No.
No,
Yeah, no,
it's
his
not.
mic is going out.
Mike,
Mic
Ira,
check.
your mic is gone.
Mic check. 1, 2.
You guys can't hear me?
We can
There
now.
you go.
Very low. Very low.
Yeah, you're
Now
good.
we can.
Okay, so where did you lose me?
Somewhere
From the
like
beginning.
your YouTube channel problem.
Yeah, YouTube. If you look at my YouTube channel, ...
Okay, here we go. Most of you know me, know that I have Bowman Digital Media. That's my business that I make my money with. I have my project Help You Grow, and that's my philanthropy where I help job seekers find jobs. And then I have my personal stuff like live shows, like, you know, stuff I do with my kids, the fun videos, right? On YouTube, the mistake I made was I put all of that same content in one channel, and it should have been 3 channels. Okay. On Instagram, what I've done successfully, and when I started to take off with growth, was I said, nope, I'm not going to put anything but the niche stuff that I'm trying to go after. Okay, I'm not trying to be something I'm not, and I'm not trying to be a jack of all trades on Instagram. I've got a very specific style of photography, and I put that up. I use hashtags on purpose, and I tag people that are relevant to those posts only. So it isn't, you know, follow for follow or anything like that on Instagram for me. It's very specific content. So if you can follow that advice, that'll help you grow faster on Instagram than anything else I can tell you.
I'm gonna crush you now for sure.
Good luck.
Let's see who's faster.
But if you do it, you can grow. For me, it's the fastest growing platform I have. You know, at my height on LinkedIn, I was growing by 1,000 people a day. 1,000 followers a day were adding me on LinkedIn. I don't have that kind of growth anymore, which is okay because I don't need it. I grew plenty, so I'm good. But on Instagram, I should hit, if I stay at this rate or accelerate, I should hit 100,000 followers on Instagram by the summer.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Very good.
And you guys can do it too, right?
How many stories do you think is important to have on Instagram per day? Because this is something that people were
I don't use
discussing.
stories. You can use stories. You don't have to use stories. You can. I will tell you this: any platform has an algorithm. You have to understand the algorithm. So usually, the platforms will encourage you to use their new products, and that's what's going to accelerate growth on a platform. Is to, dare we talk about polls?
I was gonna say, like the polls on LinkedIn.
The reason why people use the polls was because it was new, and it's just like live. I'm gonna tell you something else. When you post a video on LinkedIn, how many views do you get? Not very many. But when they first did live, I would get like 10,000 to 20,000 views on a live while it was going, because they would put out to my whole network, not just my first connections, but everybody who followed me. They would put it out to everybody. This was back in 2019 when I first got it. They would put it out to 100,000 people that I was on live. Right now, what will happen is they'll put it to about 200 people when I go live. And then depending on how many people jump on, which is usually about 30, then it'll start to slow down and they'll stop notifying as many people.
Now, is that when you were growing the most?
That was during my fastest growth period, yes. Well, and at that time, there was only 750 people on all of LinkedIn that had the ability to go live. It was very
How many
select.
are there now, you think?
well, they've opened it up to everybody. I mean,
Yeah, everyone has it now.
all you have to do to get a LinkedIn Live account now is put a compelling show package together, as far as, paint the picture
Mhm.
that you're going to do something interesting, and they'll give it to you. They've given it to people with like 500 followers now. But
Okay.
back when I got it, there was minimum requirements. We had to have at least 50,000 followers. We had to demonstrate that we have already done live shows, that we could carry a show. So I had to give them clips of Project Podcast. That was the only live stuff that I had been doing at that time. So, I took those clips and my show idea. For those of you who want to explore that idea, what I did was I called it Project. What did I call it? Dang it! now I
Project
forget.
Podcast or something like that.
No, Project Podcast is my podcast on. Oh no, it was Follow Me Live. That's what it was. So I was doing Follow You Friday, Follow Me Friday, and so what I did was Follow Me Live was the show. Remember, every Friday I would have a Follow Me Friday, and
Yep.
you would tag a bunch of people, and they would tag a bunch of people, and everybody would connect with each other. That was the idea, anyways.
No,
Right,
when'd you
so-
quit doing that? Like a year ago?
Yeah, because everybody and their mother copied me. It got ridiculous. So it was like, okay, everybody's doing this. It was my thing, but anyways, whatever. So, but my show in 2019 was called Follow Me Live. That was the show I got approved for, because Follow Me Friday at the time, I would get 100,000 to 200,000 participants on that every Friday. And so when I sent that volume with my network size, with Project Podcast hosting, that's why I got picked. But again, it was only 750 people in the initial rollout, but they were promoting it like crazy. It's the same thing they do with, it's not polls anymore. You guys know what it is? Can anybody tell me?
Audio.
It's newsletters. Audio will be
Yeah.
the next.
Oh yeah, the newsletters are crazy.
Yeah, the newsletters are rolled out to everybody. Audio is still in beta. Okay.
The
So
newsletters are driving me nuts.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
me
that
too.
they're promoting audio too, but I think that with the audio, the rollout was only 500. If I heard correctly, somebody told me it was 500. But
So the audio, right? It's gonna be like Clubhouse, and you're gonna be able to.
yeah, it's Clubhouse.
Yeah.
That'll be the death knell on Clubhouse. When Twitter did it, and now LinkedIn's doing it. Yeah, it's Clubhouse. There won't be no.
So I listen to a lot of Clubhouse, and I will say I feel like the quality of the material. I mean, there's the rooms that Ira that we participate in, but I think some of the other rooms that I jump in, it's gone downhill. It's turned into
terrible. I mean,
yeah,
I
it's
go.
like a
constantly-
bitch session.
Well, I go on there and.
Sorry, go
Huh?
ahead.
Oh, I was just saying it's terrible because every time I go in there, it seems like everybody's really negative or really quickish, and if you're not selling real estate or mortgages, they look at you like you're an idiot.
So you've been in those rooms where you have people like Grant Cardone just like spewing stuff.
There's all kinds of things in there that just, I mean, it could be such a great platform, right? But the people are just kind of pretentious and just doesn't fly well with me, I guess. I
I
don't
think
know.
it really depends on the room. I've met some really great people, and I've met some people that shouldn't be presenting. I find it funny. There's so many gurus and experts out there, self-proclaimed, of course, but they'll be talking about things that I'm actually pretty knowledgeable on. And
Some guy really let me have it about LinkedIn today, and he had 4,600 followers. And I was like, okay, I didn't know what to say. I was like, good day.
Bye bye.
Well, about followers, I have a question.
Go ahead.
On LinkedIn, well, considering someone who has a niche, I don't have my own business. Well, I have it, but it's mostly consultation, right? In the past, I tried to keep it niche, right? So everyone, if you look at my followers or my connections, they're mostly in the industry, security, safety, defense, and I tried not to open it up, right? Even right now, I have a bit over 100 connection requests that I really try to filter them if I don't know them or if I don't, or if they're not in my industry. I'm not sure if it's the right thing to do, right? Because I try to keep, if my contact if my content is shared, I want it to go to the right people.
What-
Right
what
now,
is-
I'm thinking that it's not wrong to share it with everyone. If I have any content, I rarely do write or post something, right? So
Well, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to be an expert in your field, or are you trying to grow your
yes,
reach?
yes, yes.
Yeah,
Basically,
so-
it's I want to stay in that field and
Well, let me tell you a quick story. Back in 2018, in May of 2018, there was this guy by the name of Mike O'Connor. He's a real schmuck, but this guy, Mike O'Connor, said something that made me think in a different way. Okay, he said, "If you're smart, call me." And so I called this schmuck called Mike O'Connor.
I thought you were a schmuck too when you
I
called
am
me.
a schmuck. I'm totally just kidding. But I was in business to business sales in a niche industry, in a niche market, very technical. Most of you guys, if I say the word plotter, you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. And I was selling plotters in the Bay Area, and I was really, really good at it. Okay, I didn't need social media.
That's what
to
he
sell.
called to tell me too, that he was really, really good at it.
Yeah, I didn't need LinkedIn to help me sell nothing. But here's the deal: I had 1,520 followers and 1,400 connections in May of 2018. I had no reach. I never made posts because when I did, I didn't get any likes or comments or whatever. Okay. Fast forward because of the conversation that I had with Mike O'Connor in 2018, and I learned this concept of how LinkedIn really works with first, second, and third degree connections. And that's really what we talked about on that call. We talked about how LinkedIn works. And I've heard this term right people, and I just want to pull my eyeballs out every time somebody says right people, but we'll come back to that in a second.
You know what?
So-
you notice I didn't really say much to it.
Yeah, just hang on.
I
So,
just
so on LinkedIn, so much different than every other platform on the planet. It's the only one that I know of that. Okay, do you know? Just pop quiz, everybody. What's the largest hashtag on LinkedIn? Does anybody know?
India.
I know, Mike. Who said what?
Is it still India?
Okay, it's India. What's the second largest one since Mike let the cat out of the bag? Does anybody know what the second largest one is?
I'm a terrible student.
He's awful. All right, innovation.
no
Right?
clue.
If you want to use one of the largest hashtags, 37 million or 67 million, because that's the spread, it's double the next one. Okay. If you search even the largest hashtags on LinkedIn and you're not connected to the people, first, second, or third level connection, no matter how big they are, or no matter how relevant it is to your search, you will not find their content. LinkedIn will not show you content from people that you're not connected to first, second, or third level. You have to be connected. Now, let's say you're a plotter salesman in the Bay Area. And you want people who buy your crap, it wasn't crap, it was really expensive stuff. But anyways, to buy your merchandise, but they won't connect with you because you're a sales rep. You know one way you can get them to see your stuff? Connect with somebody in Liberia, in Beirut, in all the places that you're scared to connect with people because you think they're going to steal your
There's a
money.
reason why we're doing this at midnight.
Right. There's a reason. Okay. Here's the thing. Connect with people out of your territory, out of your network, because those people, I promise you, are going to hustle more than the people in your network, and they're going to connect with
There you go.
people. It's going to bring you back. Here's what happened to me. May of
Sorry,
2018.
Somebody lives a more interesting life than I do, and I can tell just by
May of
drinking.
2018, I had 1,520 connections. By December 31st of 2018, I had 25,000 followers, 25,000 connections. Okay. In December of 2019, the last day of 2019, I had 100,000 followers. Now you come up on 2022 here, and I'm a couple grand short of 200,000. What does that matter, and how does that help? Here's how it matters, and here's how it helps. I went from being a full-time employee for 20 plus years and living paycheck to paycheck, just being honest. Okay. So now I run my own business and I make more money than I ever have after I was laid off. I thought I had moved down here to the LA area, and I did to retire with a company that I'd worked for previously. They loved me. I loved them. I was here to retire. 5 months later, because of COVID, I was laid off. So what did I do? Because I had all these followers, I had all this reach, I started my own business. And you know what? Now people pay me to make content for them and put it out because I have reach that they don't have. They wish they had it. Well, how do I get it? Because I stopped thinking I can only connect with people in my niche, in my region, and the right people. Because that's the same mindset that I had. That's why I want to pull my eyes out. Because I can tell you that my whole life has changed. And it started with that conversation with that guy named Mike O'Connor back in May of 2018. Because I listened to him when I called him.
Can you
And I
imagine
asked
how
him-
many people you would be at right now if you started when you got on LinkedIn? You'd have 1 million plus followers.
August of 2009 is when I joined.
That's what I'm saying. You'd be huge.
So here for anybody who's listening, if you want my advice, if you're a producer of any kind, you create content of any kind and you post it and you want people to see it. This is my personal strategy. You have 30,000 slots, 30,000 open slots. Now, Gene, I think you have a couple thousand, 3,000, right? So you have 27,000 open slots. What I would recommend that you do is fill 20,000 of them with anybody that'll fill it. Because
Anybody.
even if they don't ever do anything for you, you know, like interact with your posts, engage with your posts, comment on your posts, because a lot of people won't, frankly. They're just taking up space. But what they act as connectors. So now people that weren't in your network are now in your network. And so that helps you get reach. And then with the other 10,000 slots, you fill those with quote unquote the right people. And what you mean by right people is people that are in your network, that are in your industry, that are in your region. I also would challenge you because this is a huge benefit that I learned after I started doing this. There's auxiliary industries. They're like related to what you do, but they're not really tied to what you do. But they're right. They're like cousins, and you can focus that 10,000 on those too, because a lot of those people know people. They can make referrals for you. They can become brand ambassadors for you, and it'll help you. It'll help you so much. Even if again they don't ever connect with you, they don't ever engage with you, even though they're like kind of lurking in the shadows, because they are connected to people that you want to see your posts and that you want to see their posts. It'll help you. The other thing that nobody really takes advantage of on LinkedIn anymore is groups. What's the biggest advantage of being in a group, Mike?
Well, you can message anybody that's in the group.
Anybody.
There's some groups too that have 1 million plus people.
You could join it. You can join a group with 100,000 followers, members. And if you go through the contact list of the group, bing, you can send them a message right there. No premium in-mail needed. Did you guys know that? You can do that.
It's an open network.
It's a network inside the group. And the other thing that, again, I'm giving away a lot of tips. You guys are getting rewards for watching. Here's another huge advantage of being in a group. Posting in a group. When you post in a group, there's no algorithm. You see everything that's posted in that group. You don't have to worry about adding native videos, hyperlinks, all the stuff that you can't do in your feed if you're smart because you don't want to be suppressed. Now you can do that in the group with no penalty. So go make all the posts in all 50 of your groups, use your videos, use your hyperlinks, and then make another post in your feed and do text only. Smart tag people, use hashtags, and watch yourself skyrocket. Look, the reason why I'm successful on LinkedIn and most of you aren't is because I pay attention to what works and I will bust my tail following those rules. And then when it changes, when they make algorithm changes, they put out new products, I just switch. I don't let my feelings get in the way of my strategy. The strategy has to be what's working, and what worked yesterday doesn't matter necessarily because it's only what's going on today. You know what I mean? So, for example, polls, if you haven't noticed, guys, polls are starting to die. You're not going to get the same reach on polls anymore that you were getting because they're not promoting them the same way. They still will do well, relatively speaking, because of the activity, the engagement that you get, because every vote is treated.
It depends on the question you ask, too, though.
Well,
it definitely does.
I've seen people ask some really stupid questions a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago, that still got hundreds of thousands of, views and engagement because they were propping up the polls. But they're not doing that anymore. So now a poll has to live on its own merits. I asked the question earlier today, which I think is fascinating. The question is, when did you start contributing to your cost of living? Right? Did you start working and paying the bills in high school, after you graduated high school, before you graduated college, after college? Some people are like, I've never done that. Well, grow up. But you know,
Wow.
for the rest of us, like my dad's first job when he was 13. We
I had,
started a company.
I was
300
13. Yeah.
Yeah, mowing
Yeah.
lawns. I started
Hundred lawns.
for my neighbors when I was
Who's
5
typing? If you can just do me a favor, mute yourself if you're gonna be typing a book. It's driving me insane. Like seriously, it's rude as hell.
Is that Eugene? Are you typing?
No, no, my hands are behind my back.
I don't know who's typing.
Understand.
I don't know. It
Thanks,
just
Steve.
I can just
It
It
hear
was
it. So
totally somebody.
Yeah, I mean, like it's. I
So I
mean, like
still
it's
hear it.
driving me insane. Like I don't even know who would do this.
So Ryan's on mute. I don't know.
I lost
I know.
my phone, so I can't type.
It might.
I'm
it
like
I
a
mean-
meter and a half away from my keyboard.
Yeah, no, it's not you. I think what it might be, Mike, actually, is because they're coming from a foreign country. It might be some static on the line.
Get it together, LinkedIn.
It's China.
Seriously.
it's yeah, right, Steve. I think.
Hang on a second. I'm gonna mute everybody one at a time. Let's see if we can figure it out. But I think that's what
It's
it is.
gonna be me. It's gonna be me. I know it. I'm gonna be the guy who's being obtuse and be like, everybody sucks, and then it's gonna be me. Oh, please don't.
Hang on a second. I'm just trying these to see. I think that's what it is. I think it's static and on, but it stopped. Whatever it was, it stopped. No. Okay.
Yeah, it's
So
still there.
Oh, you know what though? This is the worst.
So it's
thing.
Ira.
I mean, you know, we're complaining here, and we got this awesome technology where we're all having conversations around the world. You know, I mean, are you just glad you weren't born like another 40 years in the past?
I don't know who it is. Oh my gosh.
Somebody's
muted-
messing with us.
I've muted everybody's mic, bro. I had muted everybody just to check.
Yeah, I
Mike.
don't know. It's gone now a little bit.
Yeah, it slowed down. But I think
Mike, you should come visit Beirut. This way, you're gonna feel like you were born 40 years ago.
Oh,
That's
I've been in New Jersey. Does that count?
That's
No.
right.
Oh, come on now. Don't talk about New Jersey, bro. I grew up there. New Jersey's good.
Jersey's
Come
awesome.
on now.
New Jersey, unless you want to take a left-hand turn.
No.
yeah.
we got
No,
some,
that's South Jersey. That's South Jersey.
Yeah,
New
that's South
Jersey.
Jersey.
North Jersey, we got U-turns up here. Regular turns.
Regular turns, man. You know, I was driving through New Jersey once. That was a mistake.
You're lucky you made it out.
I'm
So-
telling you. It took me
supply
an extra 45 minutes to figure out the turns. You guys
Oh
got-
man, Mike, you have no idea what you're missing here, man. It's complete chaos.
Oh, let me tell you something, Jake. No offense. I'm not missing it.
Yeah, okay.
yeah. That didn't sit like a party.
What did Ira call you in the beginning?
I don't know. I probably deserve every name I get, though.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna say it. Maybe on the second conversation.
Yeah, you can say it, man. I don't care. You know, I stand behind what I say, which is the really most obtuse part about me.
And we love that. Okay, guys, I gotta run. I have a meeting in 2 minutes. I gotta prepare for it.
Gene,
was
thanks
really
for coming
fun.
on.
I hope you have a great day.
Thank you, you two guys. But yeah, let's stay in touch.
Adios.
Sure will. Sure
Hey,
will.
I know, guys. Our guys are all busy right now and enjoying the show and everything. But it's today is the deadline for the first tax return, man. Put that tax return back already, so you can get your credit.
I didn't seem annoyed enough when we were talking about the whole typing thing, did I? So you have to bring up taxes.
Yeah, man. I love taxes
Gene is
because I never pay it.
You love taxes.
You hear it? It's still there.
Sorry, I
don't know.
fired off fire. Now it's gonna be bothering you.
I don't hear it anymore.
No, it's still there. I hear it. But it's not Ryan for sure because Ryan's on mute. So but I heard it when everybody was muted. The only one I didn't mute was Mike. Mike,
That's
I'm gonna
weird. And you know I'm not typing. I can't do two
I
things.
know I'm,
I'm
gonna
not
mute
typing
you.
anything
Hang
either.
on, I'm just gonna mute you, Mike, for a second. No, it's still there. Did you hear it? It was there right after I muted him.
Is it you, Mike? Are you the one doing it?
No, he's on mute.
Okay.
Not him.
It's usually the one who calls it out. You know, they're the one.
I've muted everybody. Like everybody.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like something like a rat.
Someone's having a good time at our expense.
Yeah,
It's
like,
kind of
oh, I'm annoying them. Woo.
He's like, yeah, this is good.
It's a full typing.
It's not typing. You know what it is? It's like creaking. It's like a chair creak or something. But I think it's static in the line. I think somebody would, if they would disconnect and reconnect, it would go away, but we don't know who it is. So anyways, okay. So Mike, we kind of lost the energy of this thing. So we either have to reinflate the tire or we're gonna have to pull the plug and come back on another time. But we still have people watching. So let's do this. Let's reset the room. Everybody, I'm going to give everybody just like 30 seconds to go around the room and say what they do. Mike, I'm going to have you start because you never get to go. What do you do, Mike?
I steal memes and music videos from one location and I put them on my own website. It's generally what I do. And then I take the memes from my website and I share them to other websites to take traffic. So I'm what you call a social media floozy.
We have another word that we use, but that'll work.
Can you say you can play floozy, right? That's better.
Oh yeah, no, I liked it. It was class enough to join. Tell us the website name.
ServiceProfessionalsNetwork.com. It's going under a bit of a maintenance right now because we're actually switching over the site. But over the next couple of days, it should be up to full speed, and I hope everyone takes time to check it out.
And congratulations to Mike. You just passed 20,000. 20,000.
Yep. Pretty excited about it.
And the goal, the big, hairy, audacious goal for the year is to get to 1 million. Wow.
Yeah, I think that people will be surprised what happens over the next couple of weeks. Big part of the reason why we made the switch with the website is because our database was getting really huge and things were just kind of bogging down. So we're really streamlining a lot of things on the back end. So the site should run quite a bit faster and be a little bit more user friendly, which would also improve our core web vitals on Google. So I really expect the 1.7 plus million pages we have to actually go up quite a bit.
Look at this. I got somebody who's being super nice to me. They're helping me increase my watch time.
Mm-hmm.
On YouTube.
Now instead of making like $3.50, I'll make $3.75. It'll be awesome this month. But thank you. Appreciate that.
You actually made $3.75.
No, I make more than that. I'm just,
Yeah, just checking.
I make a little bit of money on.
That's
You cannot say that in live show.
I was excited when I got the ability to monetize. I thought, well, first of all, let me just tell the whole story on that. YouTube, I thought 1,000 subscribers and I would get to monetize. I'm like, sweet, I'm gonna get to retire. I have all this money coming in from that. But then when I hit the 1,000, I looked at this other little meter that I never paid attention to. It was watch time. Like it's actually harder to get the watch time than it is to get the 1,000.
You know what's funny is I always had the watch time. I used to, when I was doing the chats with people, the one-on-one chats, I was getting 30 to 40,000 minutes to watch time. And I don't think I ever got over 600 subscribers.
Yeah. Well, for me, it was the opposite. I broke 1,000 pretty quick because I was doing the project podcast. The project podcast was getting a lot of people to watch, but the show was only 70 minutes. So I get 1,000 people to watch, 500 people to watch, 600 people to watch, something like that. But they, it was only 7-minute long show.
So now that we're doing the speed networking, is the watch time going up quite a bit?
I haven't paid attention, honestly. Again, because I do pretty well in my media business. The YouTube now is a whole I'm not starving anymore. You know what I mean? Back when I was trying to monetize my YouTube, I was starving. I was looking for what passive income to help pay the bills. So now it's just kind of a nice little thing that goes in my account.
It's amazing how many people are actually making money on YouTube nowadays, though.
Yeah. Well, videos are coming a long way, and you've seen that to I think it was Badia was talking about, how many stories do you post, and that's part of the deal. The reels and the shorts and the stories and all that stuff. It's a lot of it's video content. Even when I'm scrolling on Instagram, now I see way more videos than I see photos. So it's
Yeah.
making me start to think my
With
own.
TikTok and Reels, this is what's happening between
Yeah.
TikTok and Reels. They tell you keep on posting. Because I always watch videos, and I was just allowed to monetize my Instagram, and I don't know what to monetize and what to do or how to do it. I've been like researching it. So they keep on telling you that you have to post between 5 to 7 stories and use Reels and TikToks. It will help you boost your the growth of Instagram followers. So
Yeah.
I'm really
I have an advantage over most people because I run a media company. I'm a professional photographer and videographer. I do this for a living. So, graphic design and imagery, that's right up my wheelhouse. But there's only so many hours in the day that you can do stuff. So for me, I spend my effort on Instagram with my stills because I love the photography work more. So the people that are following me seem to like what I got going on there. But there are plenty of people who don't do stills at all. They're only doing MP4s. So, that's styles make fights. When you get in the cage, Mike, you gotta know what your game plan is before you step in there. You're gonna get hurt.
Yeah, well, I think I'm gonna get hurt a little bit on Instagram for sure because you're killing me over there.
No, that's like a sparring session. We're just having some fun. Mike and I were talking about this. We could share this. We were talking about earlier. I said, Mike's got a new show coming up, and I make no bones about it. I want Mike to build his network as fast as possible, all over the place, because the bigger he gets, it helps me. Because Mike and I, if you watch us on any of these networks, you'll see he's always commenting on my posts. I'm always commenting on his posts. Like, we're running mates is what I call us. So somebody thought that Mike might get mad because he's hosting his own show.
It wasn't even somebody. A lot of people reached out to me and they're like, "Hey, man, you're gonna make Ira mad." I was like, "Well, first of all, screw Ira." No, I was kidding.
They don't understand their relationship, but they also don't understand, like, the more I grow, it helps Mike. The more Mike grows, it helps me. And honestly, it's the same with all of you guys. If you're engaging with us on a regular basis, we're going to engage back with you because we believe in win-win. And it doesn't help to have small players. You want bigger
Even
players.
one step further than that, like somebody asked me like a couple weeks ago, would you go join this community site, right? I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And they're like, well, it competes with yours. I'm like, well, I have a WordPress website, with a social media backend, a job board. I mean, like literally anybody in the world can go make my website if they got the time and the energy, right? And people look at it like, I'm not going to go join your community sites because we're competing. Well, first of all, I'm competing with every website on the internet already. Think about it like that. Like I'm trying to compete with Twitter and Facebook. What's one more, right? Not only that, like I always tell everybody take naps wherever you can. So like if you put your name, address, phone number, and site somewhere, do it. Even if it's not the greatest website in the world, you can figure it out on the back end later. But anywhere you can go and put your face and your brand out, you really should.
Yep, even Alignable.
Yeah, I'm actually
Alignable. Oh my gosh, bad.
I don't still quite get that one, but I have.
It's rough.
Well, so if you think about Alignable, right? It's probably like WordPress based, like a third of the internet is, right? And if you actually look at some of their features on their site, it's the same stuff that's on my site and so many other community sites. I think, not to toot my own horn, but I feel like I'm ahead of the curve because I feel like in the next couple of years, everybody's going to be having their own little community sites.
Mm-hmm. Especially with Discord getting so popular.
Yeah, there's no reason not to. Kimberly, tell us a little bit about the artist collaborator.
The Artocalypse. It started on LinkedIn. So this is a good LinkedIn story because I came on LinkedIn as an artist myself, having run like 3 or 4 communities back, online communities, having my own platform at one time, and then running them through Google Plus when it was a thing. And so and MySpace from like way back in my teenage years. So like all the way back. So when I first came on LinkedIn, I came in wanting to just kind of see what this was about and see if I could network to maybe find work, because I had just closed a business that I had run for about 4.5 years, and I was ready to do something new, and really had been a passion of mine to do something with the art for a long, long time. So I shut down an entire business doing commercial collections, which is having nothing to do with art. Totally
Sounds
different,
like a barrel of fun there.
totally different world. I mean, and was just tired of it. So I came on LinkedIn. I met a bunch of people here, and my whole goal was just network when I got on here. And that hasn't changed. That's been my focus all of the time. But that was originally why I came here. So when I first got on, I started just talking to anyone and everyone. Didn't really even care what they did, just to network, see what people did, what they do here on this platform. What do you do in life? Where do you live? What do you do? All that. And I met a bunch of artists. We all just kind of talked to each other through, like you would talk to anyone here on LinkedIn, just comment on each other's posts and all that kind of nonsense. And someone who had been following me for a long time, who is not an artist, but is a coder and a tech guy, had been following me for a long time. And he's like, I'm going to start this events company, and I want to see if we can do an art expo and see if that's something. And this is right when the lockdowns happened. So the timing was perfect. I was like, hell yes, I want to do it. Can we say that word on LinkedIn? I don't know.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, sign me up like right now. And me and him started just a community chat in messages, invited people that were commenting on my posts and people that I was connected to, just other artists. And we asked them to say, hey, you want to do just impromptu, let's just do an online art expo. And Chris will set everything up, the tech guy, Chris Shaw, who is now my partner. So we did 2 live in 2020. We did 2 live expos through the platform called Hopin. So we created like basically our own little mini site within their hosting site, right? And it was very successful with just based on the idea alone, with no website, no nothing. We had 200 people show up, artists wanting to do the expo. And within about 3 weeks, we had to manage how we're going to put this thing together. How are we going to create an expo? How are you going to get all these artists to get into the same format, give us the same information from all over the world? It was a massive project in in logistics, I would say. And it went off without a hitch. Chris did a great job. We organized it really well. The people who did it loved it. So we went on. We started a small community on Discord. Everyone kept hanging out there, and we said, we want to do another one. So we did another one. We did 2 that year. Then we like experimented and like a failure, but it was we did like a Christmas market. Like, let's see how we're going to grow this thing. And we're just experimenting. We said, let's just try whatever. We got nothing to lose. The whole world is on lockdown, and we're all together in this. Let's just try some stuff. And that's what we did. And we did that all of 2020. We just tried different stuff. We did really well. Then we took all of 2021, basically the whole year, me and Chris, and we researched, we reached out to all the artists who were in the community already, who did the expo, the people who came to the expo. We sent surveys. We said, what did you like? What didn't you like? Da-da-da. What would you like to see the next time? From the artist, asked them what was your biggest challenges with doing these expos? What would you want to do again? Did you like it? And all the feedback was incredible. So we took all that information, and now we've been building our own platform that should launch in the next, conservatively 4 weeks, liberally maybe 6, depending on how. I don't know if anyone here has built a website, but it's sometimes, and when it's a platform where you're creating profile pages and all that kind of stuff, there's a lot of stuff that at last minute you go, oh, wait a minute, that doesn't quite work. And then you have to go all the way back in the code and start again. So, and I don't do any of that, but I'm learning a lot about it.
Oh,
so it's been.
You're talking about the story of Mike's life here.
Yeah, really?
He just perked.
Yeah.
His ears perked up. Yeah, so just so you know, I make websites for a living. that's part of what we do at Bowman Digital Media. But Mike's had Service Professionals Network up. You had it up before we started talking, didn't you, Mike?
It's been a blogs. I've been blogging and SEO for years, and I made this Service Professionals Network a blog site, I think in 2016 or 2017.
Yeah.
And I added the social media stuff in 2019, and then I added the business directory in 2020. So, and then I added the job board, 6 months ago.
Cool.
Yeah,
Very good.
my Project Help You Grow website was the first one that I went live with. That one, I didn't build it out. I had a developer help me with that. But that website went live September 2018.
Nice.
And then I went live with irabowman.com in 2019. And then I went live with Bowman Digital Media in 2020. Anyways, I've created about 40 websites for clients in the last 18 months. So
It's good pace. Yeah, I probably, I don't know, since 2008, I've made a couple hundred different websites.
Nice.
I started off with affiliated merchant services in 2008.
Merchant services. That's what I do. That's another business I do.
I mean, I don't like to talk about the merchant services thing because nobody actually ever believes my stories.
No, me neither. Ever.
I helped get porn the ability to take payments online.
Yeah, I believe that.
And then I helped pharmaceuticals companies take checks over the internet. And then I also helped. I helped figure out a lot of stuff just because I'm good at math and explaining things.
Yeah, it helps when you can do that.
When I was 22 years old, right? Somebody sat me down and like, hey, these industries can't take payments online. And if you can figure it out, you'll make a percentage of the money. And I'm like, well, what percentage are we talking about? And I'm like, well, literally whatever you can get people to agree to pay for. I was
right, because nobody can do it.
It's like,
well, when nobody can do it and you're enabling it, of course you can charge or you can take whatever you want at that point.
Yeah, well, when I was 21 or 22 years old, I actually sat down with banks like Harris, Moneris, some of the largest banks in the world at the time, and still the largest banks in the world. And I explained to them rolling reserve and risk and how they could hold back money for certain things and mitigate their risks. So that way they, not exposing themselves to chargebacks. And once I made it make sense to people, then all of a sudden things moved really quickly.
Yeah, well, that's usually how it goes. Usually how it goes. I'm on the other side of the merchant services where I'd be probably the one we're telling everybody not to deal with the banks. So we're in direct competition with the banks. So we go the opposite route, but it's just strategy. It's nothing more than that.
Like how are you direct competition with the banks?
Well, we go down to zero on payment. There's no.
How do you go down to zero?
The customer pays it instead of the merchant.
So there's a fee to process the payment.
Like when you go into to buy something, generally the merchant pays it, and that's why you either pay a little more or they won't let you pay for use your credit card for $10 or whatever.
So
we reverse it, and the customer
on a convenience fee to the customer then?
The customer pays it, yeah.
Okay, well, what I'm saying is like, okay, so if I'm a customer, right? And
not a convenience fee; it's the charge through the credit card machine itself, the processing fee.
Yeah, well, I understand that, but what I'm saying is like, is the customer made aware of that?
No, they don't need to be.
Huh.
So actually, it's within the fee of the original product.
Yeah, it's as an owner of a business, you can choose. You can do it through your bank, but they just don't do it because they want the fees. So they don't really make it known that that's an option. And when you go through the main data centers, which is the people who basically run the processing, which there's like only two major companies in that realm, we deal directly with them instead of dealing with the bank. So if say you have a business and you're charging $50,000, you have a $50,000 customer coming in, or a $50 customer, the customer is paying, not you. So, but normally you're paying.
Well, I understand the concept, but
Always,
interchange
everybody,
pricing is
the
interchange
merchant
pricing.
always
Like,
pays. Yeah.
the pricing's the same all the way across the board. I mean, as a consumer, like, I mean, you're gonna pay for it either way. You know what I mean? But like,
Well, of course, yeah, because somebody's going to raise a price or lower a price regardless. But in the
Yeah, so
in
you-
the psyche of somebody's mind, and at the end of the day, what you're paying taxes on is very different. So as a merchant, when you're only charging X instead of X plus, your taxes change, which also changes your entire filing and your structure and everything like that, your credit line, everything. So
I'm sure
it
there are
affects a
millions-
lot more than just the price. You know what I mean? It affects your whole setup.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure the government cares. Ron could probably tell you a little bit about the tax implications of this, but I don't know how fascinated our audience is about merchant services, guys. So,
It's interesting stuff.
I mean, it could be. I mean, it affects us
Well-
all really, but I don't know that they are following.
Yes.
Let's do this. Let's go to Ryan. You're on mute, brother.
Nah, well, yeah, because I don't want any background noise cutting in. So yeah, so like real quick, like my 24/7 job for the last 20 years plus has been I'm an F-18 backseater, so flying around jets off aircraft carriers. But I do have two other things that I'm working on right now as I transition out that may be of interest. If Ira, if you could help me out here because I'm on my cell phone, so I can't really bring it up. But I'm working with Philip Auerbach, and if he hasn't connected with you or Spencer hasn't talked to you, let me know and I'll re-engage with them. But if you go to the agif.org, they are a nonprofit that helps out other nonprofits. So, the founder, Philip Auerbach, he was like, there's so many great nonprofits out there already. I don't need to like generate a new cause. I just need to help out these other organizations who are trying to, do good things in the world. So if it seems like I saw some comments out there for some people who might have some nonprofits. So if you're a small to medium nonprofit and you sign up in their directory for free, as they do fundraising over the year, they're going to distribute their funds to everybody in their directory. So if you just sign up, you're going to get some money. I can't promise it's going to be like thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars, but you will get some money at some point as we continue to help them grow. And
I was trying to find it real quick. It brought up the wrong site. I put agif.org and it was Veterans Helping Veterans.
yeah, I think it's
Looks like another.
the agif.org.
Yeah, that's not it.
Oh.
That's Santa Clara County Veterans Outreach Program.
Oh man, they hijacked us. Does the agif org work?
Well, here, I'll show you so you can see what I see. So this is what's on it. This isn't the translation stuff.
Well, it's not his translation company, but that's definitely not it. I swear it was the agif.org.
Yeah, that's all right. Oh, we lost Mike.
So anyways, I can post it in the comments later,
Yeah,
but if you guys have
they-
nonprofits.
They did reach out to me. I've got some communications. In fact, I've got to read them. I haven't read them, but I gotta reach back out to them. So I talked.
So and the second thing I'm working on is I know a gentleman who has a company. It was online education for entrepreneurship. It's called Blue University, and he kind of put it on the back burner because he was doing some other things, but he wants to re-engage on it. I'm working through a program called the DoD Skill Bridge, which is where they take the U.S. military. If your command allows you to do it, you can go do an internship or on-the-job training or skills training in the last up to 6 months to your end of service, and go work with somebody else to learn things about what you want to do and get some some skill training to transition to civilian life. Take the U.S. military. Someone's got some back.
Yeah, I just muted him.
I'm getting an echo.
Bernard,
Okay.
if you want to be on, you got to mute the show in the background.
So we're ramping that back up. And through the process, I had to find somebody that would facilitate the internship. So we reached out to an organization called the Veterans of Florida, who's the foundation appointed by state law in Florida to facilitate skill bridge, veteran training, veteran employment, and entrepreneurship. And you know, I reached out for them. I reached out for them to do this internship, and they're like, "Yeah, that's great. We can help you out with that. But we want to talk to you about is doing a entrepreneurship program for the entire state of Florida. So any veterans that are coming to Florida or live in Florida, we want you to provide the training for them to do that. And the unique thing about the person I'm working with who has developed the training is that he doesn't focus on like formulas and you go to college and you know you spend 4 years getting a bachelor's degree and 2 years getting a graduate degree at business school and you're like you know $100,000 in debt. You know he can teach you the psychology of being an entrepreneur in like a year. And then he can also help you find funding for this at the end of the day. So we're working on that program. And that's another thing I'm gonna reach out to you, Ira. I haven't talked to you about that one, but I want to talk to you about helping us out with the social media part of it, because when you look at Blue University, they got like a couple posts, and the same thing with the AGIF, you know, like there's a couple posts, they don't have a presence. So we need to work on those things. And then I'll work on that website to make sure we can get the right website out there. Because like I said, if you have a nonprofit that's a small to medium sized nonprofit, I mean, you need to sign up in the directory just because it's free, it doesn't cost you anything, and it's gonna get you some cash at the end of the day. So those are the two things I'm working on as I transition out of the military and just trying to get back and work with the community. I got to fill that void. I got my tribe, the military, but as I transition out of that, I got to find a new tribe, right? And reaching out with the community and working with the community is you know the way that I'm going to fill that gap. And I love you, Ira. You're my boy, man. So, and Mike, you're starting to be my boy too.
Well,
I like your sarcasm. So, there you go.
No idea what you're talking about.
Okay, so Ryan, it's got the word "the" in front of it, so it's the AGIF.org. That was the difference there. So, in case you guys missed it, what he's talking about, this Auerbach Global Impact Foundation, if you join it and you're a nonprofit, this is a collaborative for nonprofits to help each other fundraise. But for every fundraiser that happens, they're going to have part of the proceeds that will be distributed to everybody that's a member. That's a member organization. So in other words, if you're a nonprofit, you'll benefit every time a fundraiser is done by anybody in the group. It's a really cool nonprofit. It's being run by a guy that is really well known in the industry. So it's got great legs. I'm excited to be a part of this.
Now, anyone can join this or what?
So this is non-profits.
So if you're an individual, Mike, you can actually go in and build a profile as a guest and see all the directory and stuff like that without being a nonprofit, just so you can see everything. But just nonprofits that are going to profit from it.
That's what I was wondering is can I go on there as a guest, make an account, and just peruse the nonprofits?
Yep, you can do that.
So you can see you can learn all about how they do it. They're going to have courses on here that people can take. And that
are we going to drop the link in the comments?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Because now I'll go back and I'll check it out. I'll go do my SEO nerd stuff.
This is a new account of mine, but they actually haven't quite signed up yet. So
you're advertising it? I'm not gonna. Never mind.
Oh, come on, man! Come on.
Lost all
Where's the love? Where's the love?
Lost all interest.
There you go. It's in the link. It's in the comments now. Hang on. There it is. Yeah. So it's www.theagif.org.
The AGIF.
Auerbach, Philip Auerbach is the guy that I'm talking to about that. Are they?
Sounds like a crime syndicate. The AGIF.
I don't believe they're free. But let me tell you about this. I think somebody was asking about this earlier. If you're running a website and you want to have translation services, this guy's company, Auerbach Foundation, they do translation services from any language to another language, right? And they've done it for all the major Hollywood studios, for all the TV networks, for Google, for Facebook, because obviously everybody's heard of like Google Translate, but those things aren't very accurate. In fact, they're very inaccurate, and you can get in a lot of trouble in business by relying on those. So instead, you use a company that specializes. They're the biggest in the space around the globe that we're aware of. So, anyways, the guy who's running it, Philip Auerbach, this is his way of kind of like helping other people. He's not doing this to make money for himself. All the money he's doing basically is to help other nonprofits raise money, because he will tell you, as he told me, and I'm sure Ryan has told you this too, most nonprofits are dying on the vine right now. It's really, really hard to get people to donate. So instead of trying to figure out yourself and trying to come up with a, here we go back to merchant services, but getting, how are you going to receive payment? The whole thing.
This is why we got you on here, Bernard. We want to go back to merchant services, man. We know you wanted to talk about it.
It's like the only thing you didn't want to talk about, which is
We got you now, sucker.
too. Bernard's a cool guy, and he's in LA, so I'm excited to talk to Bernard. Bernard, you're still on mute. Were you able to mute the show?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hello.
Okay.
Hey, welcome. Evening. Well, late night, guys. Thank you for having me. I just hopped on LinkedIn. I caught your show, and here I am. Boom.
Hey, we're excited. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Well, let's see here. I'm a freelance small business consultant, mostly in the restaurant space.
That's why you love credit card processing.
Oh my God, guys. I have to be objective, I always get hounded on by different merchant machine companies like, Bernard, you have to refer us. And it's like, no, I have to be objective with my client. I'm not being paid to be swayed either or.
But we can give you 4 basis points.
Yeah, no comment. You know what I mean? It's in the best interest for the client. So I tell them, if you're a tenured customer, there are periods of time where you can get a revamp in your assessment for your business. So you can get a pro rate. Obviously, you can get what I call condition rates after a certain set amount of time. So very much involved with that too. So all aspects of the restaurant space, food trucks, food concepts, product launches.
Food. Now we're talking.
Yes, food.
Now we're talking. Now you have my interest.
Now we're getting the food part. You know what I mean? And it's I've been getting my eat on, guys. I've been getting my eat on. I gained 15 pounds like in a month here.
That's all right though, man. The cheeks are looking good.
Yeah, it's all good because it's just different. If there's anything that's going on during this pandemic, there's a hell of a lot of pop-ups going on right now.
You call me, I'll bring my cameras and my appetite, and we'll
absolutely. You know it, Ira. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's the LA scene. It's ever changing.
There you go.
Very resilient. A lot of people with ideas, a lot of concepts, a lot of fusions. So it's where I tell people, look, if you have any type of concept, now is the time to get it off the ground. We're in the new year. The only thing holds you back, there's funding out there. You just have to make the first step in just getting out of your comfort zone, shaking. Like I said, I tell people I'm going to shake my fat ass here pretty soon on TikTok. So it's where you have to promote your brand in any way you can.
Oh, that sounds like a threat or a promise.
Yeah. So it's good times.
It's all good. Hey, have you had any of your food trucks do websites and apps? Because that's one thing that I have started to see, and I think it's really smart. Is some
Absolutely.
of these food trucks are going digital too. And somebody asked me the other day, they're like, "Hey, we have a food truck. Would you be able to do some drone footage for us?"
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Yeah, as long as we're not on a public street. So if we go
Exactly.
Wait, you haven't crashed your drone yet?
I'm sorry.
You haven't crashed that thing yet?
Oh, I've crashed.
You crashed.
I was on a shoot. This is kind of embarrassing, but it's true. So I'll just lay it out there. I broke one drone and I lost my second. I had 2 drones and I broke one and lost the other.
Wait, whoa. How expensive are these things? You broke one, you lost one?
Those ones that I was using were a couple $100, not a big deal. These little ones,
Wait.
That's why Ira is not anymore pay to paycheck, right?
I love these little drones for a couple of reasons. First of all, if it's under a half a pound, then you don't have to register it with the FAA. Okay, so that's reason number one to fly the smaller ones. The second reason is they all have 4K cameras and they're cheap. So if you break them, it's not a big deal. Can you imagine if you're crashing one that's like $3,000?
Oh my goodness!
You're really upset.
So wait, in one day you crashed one and you lost. Well, how'd you lose one?
One shoot 2 days. To be fair.
How'd you lose it? Where'd it go?
So it got stuck in the canopy of a tree. What happened was what happened was it got out of the radius. I got a little bit too far away from my remote. So it didn't have the safety feature in to stop. It kept going, but the remote wouldn't pull it back. So it ended up flying into the property line, and there goes the canopy. And
Please tell me you got this on video.
No.
I would pay money to see your face.
Would have been a great video. But it was really embarrassing. How embarrassed I was. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to tell the client that only what I've got in the can. And what sucked about those drones, this is actually one disadvantage of using these smaller drones. So any of you out there that are watching and you're looking for reasons to buy the expensive ones, here's the reason to buy the expensive one. The way it works is it relays the information down to your phone, but it doesn't complete the file until you stop recording. So because I hadn't stopped recording, because I was still recording when it got away from me, I didn't get that video. So the 10 minutes of footage that would have been killer, I didn't get it.
Somebody in like the year 2037 is going to get it when they cut down the tree.
You know what happened? I know exactly what happened. It fell down eventually. There was a homeless person walking by and said, "Oh my God, there's a drone for free sitting right there." I know that's what happened.
There you go.
That's that. I don't know how long we've been talking, but that just made my whole time here worth it.
You know why? Because he likes it when I'm like, because I'm buttoned up. I don't always share my mistakes, but there you go.
I couldn't even imagine how colorful you were that day.
I kept it together pretty good. I can show you guys the finished products of what I did with what I had, and it actually came out really good. I built that website. The name of the company that I was shooting is called Maston and Kane, and so I built mastonandkane.com. I did all the photos for the site. I did all the videos. So I built out the site and I did all the digital assets myself, and it came out really, really good. The client was super stoked, and they're as happy as can be. It just
so how many drones have you gone through nowadays?
Those are the only two actually that I've ever broken, and it just happened to be in the same shoot. But I have drones sitting right here. In fact, hang on a second.
For some reason, Car 54 came to mind. I don't know.
I'm like,
Bernard, I'm only giving him crap here because I'm having drone envy.
Nice. I've heard stories. Yes.
I'm going to show you. I've got several of these just sitting underneath my desk. They're just waiting to be used. These haven't actually been opened yet. But this is what I'm using right now.
Yeah.
They're HS series, a couple $100. What you do, I don't know if you guys can see this, but you hook up the controller to your phone and you fly.
I hope you used my Amazon link.
What I like about these though, I can fly them inside or outside. So the footage, if you see the footage that I did at Maston and Kane, go to mastonandkane.com, guys, and check it out. So the video is right there on the homepage. I've got drone work inside and outside of their 400,000 square foot manufacturing facility.
Oh, I saw that. That was a really cool video.
Yeah, it's a 3PL company. Okay, so inside their warehouse, I'm drying the drones over their forklifts and over the product that they have there, and then outside, I'm showing people the docks, the storage bays, and their spotter trucks and that kind of stuff. It's kind of cool.
That's pretty cool.
I have a great idea, Ira.
Sure.
Let's do a drone giveaway to the person who has the lowest credit card rates.
Credit card rate?
Yeah.
You know what we could do though? We could do a drone giveaway
We could just follow Ira next time he goes
You know
on a
what?
shoot. Sounds like he's bound to give away another one.
The first time who spotted Ira in somewhere in LA.
I think well we could do something, and I'd be happy to donate a drone for a contest, Mike. Let's work that out. Let's think of something for SPN. We'll
So what'd you do with the remotes for these things? You got a couple extra remotes nowadays, or what?
I got all kinds of spare parts, bro. You guys
Oh,
are the
no.
only one. I can't be the only one. I have a box, every cable that you've ever had from the Commodore 64 all the way through the VCRs, and the red, yellow, and white
VCR.
ones. Oh yeah, brother, I'm old. So I have cables for everything. My wife goes, I'm pretty sure we're never gonna have a landline phone again. You probably don't need these phone cables. I'm like, but we might. So I have a box. I have a box of that stuff. Well, now I have a box of camera, drone stuff too.
She's gonna bury you with that crap.
She will burn it. She will burn me and all my crap. My wife hates my hoarding ways.
Well, I wonder why.
Can't
You know
blame her.
one thing I hate to throw away, can I just be honest? I get emotional about it, throwing away good boxes. Like, I know how much money these companies spend making these boxes.
Oh yeah.
She just came in and said, I'm a garbage collector.
You get emotional about throwing away boxes?
She cleaned my office for me when I was gone. It's so good, but I don't know where anything is. That kind of sucks. But I still know where to find my drone. So
Nice.
Except for the one in the tree.
yeah, I don't know where to find that one. That one's gone. You know, it's funny. I will say this. I wasn't sure. Should I tell them what happened? The clients, should I tell them? Or should I just play it cool? But I decided to be honest and tell them. Anyways, they were good sports about it, besides teasing me mercilessly like Mike is now. But they were good sports about it. They ribbed me, but it's a cool because I like that. But they went back out. It's in Indiana.
Was it even in their tree, or do you even know what tree it was in?
On the property line. Yeah, so the property I don't know how many acres it is, but it's really huge. They have their own pond on this property.
Were you like, can you guys help me get my drone?
No, actually, I didn't say that.
What?
But I told them,
Why you just knock on the doors or knock on the press the doorbell or something? Yeah, ring, right?
There we go.
I told them, I said, if we could get the drone back, we might be able to get the footage, though. That was the one thing I did tell them. They did try to find it for me, but we couldn't find it.
Well, you know, with the handstand video, I wouldn't have been surprised if we saw a tree climbing video.
Ryan will tell you. I think I already mentioned this, but in the concert, I was doing the Great White photography work. I was climbing on everything I could to get higher so that I could elevate. When you shoot photography, it's almost always better to shoot from over, not from under, especially when you're shooting people. You don't want to look at their double chin. You don't want to look at their nose, that kind of stuff. So,
You definitely don't want to look at my nose. It's bad up there.
being vertically challenged like I am, I gotta climb on stuff. Mike, if you're there, I'll just jump on your shoulders, brother. You can give me a piggyback ride.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Right.
Yeah, he kept on telling me my chin was too fat. He just took my neck out.
Yeah. Turtle.
He called you a turtle.
There it is. Yeah, so if you turn your head, it helps you suck that chin. It's the little tricks that I've learned along the way, guys. All right. So Ronald, one more time. I think we didn't let you go the second time to say, because we're coming up on 2 hours, so we'll cut it in here 5 more minutes. But you're in the Bay Area and you're helping people with what?
So basically, the long version or short version you want?
Yeah, I do like a minute. Yeah.
No. First of all, I'm in the finance industry. Basically, I help CPAs and tax professional EAs, and sometimes attorney too, that wants to really proactively and holistically help their business owners save taxes and their operation. So basically that's the ballpark of it. But if you want more information, you can just get my profile, or we can do a one-on-one or something like that. But like I said, if you're a business owner and your CPAs or tax professional are you're still paying 4, 5, 6 figures taxes and or cost of your operation, you just hit me in the website or here in LinkedIn or YouTube channel or Facebook, and we can talk about it.
Hey, Ronald, what do you do that CPA doesn't do? Just out of curiosity.
Well, do you know that the CPAs or EAs have 10,000 or maybe 20, 20, 30, 40 clients. Maybe 60% are business owners. So the business owners are coming to us sometimes, or even the CPAs are asking us, can you help me out? Because they cannot provide really a customized business planning for the business. So we come in and we really get into inside and out of the business and look see what we can do. There's a lot of things we can do for them. If you can see how many times that a CPA or a EA called you and I can save you $10,000 this week for the next tax season or something like that. That's what we do for the CPAs and EAs basically.
Yeah, his website's got it laid out pretty clearly. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I had it on the screen there for a minute. So check it out. It is curiousfinance.co. So just no m.co.com.
Very cool, sir.
Connect with Ronald on LinkedIn. Ronald, like I said, we go back 2018, Ronald. I believe that's when we met for the very first time was 2018. So there you go.
Hey, don't say how old we are, man.
Well, I'm not spilling those beans. I'll keep that to myself. I told you guys I was talking to that former NFL player, and I thought we were the same age. I thought. He says, "Yeah, I'm 38.
How old was he?
He's 38.
How old are you again?
Older than 38. But he stopped playing. He's
Like a lot older, right?
A little bit. He stopped playing in 2015, and he feels old. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought we were the same age. And I'm like, yeah, no. But I asked him. I said, what's your measurements, or what was your playing measurements? Right? He goes, I was 6'4", 240, and I ran a 4.37. The guy was a linebacker.
I'm faster than that.
Yeah, I'm faster than that when I got a bear chasing me. That's about it. Or the buffet line is open and I want to be first.
Running downhill.
I told him if I race him, he has to run backwards, and he said he'd take that race. He thinks he could beat me backward. I can go forwards. He's going to go backwards. He thinks he can beat me.
Well, you're talking about football, so are you guys gonna cheer for what? Kansas? What's in there?
Ira's out of it. The Raiders lost. He's out. He don't care.
I know. My Cleveland Browns are out, so
just happy to be in it for once. Like we made the playoffs, and my quarterback got to play in the game. I mean,
hey, there's a rumor that Carr's gonna go to Cleveland, and we're gonna ship Baker Mayfield to you guys.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be 6 foot tall when I wake up too. So there you go. But I gotta tell you, I think I'm rooting for Cincinnati because I remember all those years Cincinnati sucked so bad. Lovable losers. I know they knocked the Raiders out, and I should hate them, but I don't.
How about that game with the Bills and the Chiefs, man?
Oh my God,
that was like the best.
Oh, come on!
I've ever seen.
13 seconds. They scored in 13 seconds to come back for
the whole last
That's
2
crazy.
minutes of the game was insane.
I need to watch.
Did you see Tyreek Hill give that guy the peace sign when he was in front of him still?
Yep, yeah.
He was actually still like 8 yards in front of him. Like, there's no way he's turning this corner. And he's just like, deuces. And they just put on the afterburners. I was like, oh, if I was a Kansas Chief, I would be losing my mind if I was a Chiefs fan.
My son is. I don't know if you see the post in my LinkedIn or my Facebook. My son had the pool gear, man. He asked the grandma bought it, so he's happy.
The speed on that play was just when he put up the peace sign. I was like, did he just put up the peace sign? And then he smoked him. I was like, oh.
I would have rooted for the Bills because I don't know if you guys remember, but when I was younger, in fact, I think I was still in high school. The Bills, they went to the Super Bowl 4 times in a row and they lost every time. It's kind of like you always felt bad for Jim Kelly.
Kelly.
right?
Dude, did you see the way that quarterback was playing for the Bills in the game?
Josh Allen.
Oh my goodness,
We
just unbelievable.
in the NFL right now has a core, and Cincinnati has one of them, Joe Burrow. But Patrick Mahomes is young. Josh Allen is
The top 10 or 15 quarterbacks in the league right now are just incredible.
San Diego's young. I mean, there's so many young quarterbacks. Like Derek Carr is 8 years in, and he's an old guy compared to some of these folks. You know what I mean? Like, Carr, I think he's 30 now.
Oh, he's gonna be
He's
old.
like 30, 34.
Huh?
He's 34.
Carr?
Yeah, Brady's like what? Brady's like 41 or something though, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
35.
That's crazy.
I remember watching Brady in college.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm a little too old. I remember watching him, and he was, I can't remember, I think he was playing Notre Dame, but he finally got a chance to play. And he came out, and he just had that fire in his face. I was just like, that guy's going to be a good NFL.
Oh, 30.
Oh. 30 years old. I was right. See, you guys,
Yeah.
you got to trust the Raider fan, and he knows how old his quarterback is.
Yeah, Brady was a 6th round draft pick. I mean, that's like talk
That
about a golden investment right there, right?
Yeah, there you go. Like a Pittsburgh, burger,
You only have to cheat every now and then to win too, right? So
Tom Brady, 44.
44.
It's like me.
He's 14. He's 14 years older than Derek Carr. But, I think Patrick Mahomes is 25, maybe 24, something like that. I mean, these guys are young. But Herbert is a stud. I mean, all these quarterbacks are so young.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL for quarterbacks is in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
hey, you can't hit them. You can't hurt them anymore. So they're gonna last a lot longer now than they used to.
The endurance.
Just don't run, man. Right?
Did you guys see Josh Allen pace
Burns
that guy yesterday?
Slide.
He knocked out that defensive back in the Chiefs game. That was just sick. He just lowered the boom on some dude. It was great. Did you see that end of the game?
Well, it seems like they're bigger and bigger. I mean, it's funny because I just looked up how old is Tom Brady, and it says 44. Underneath it, it's got Rodgers, 38, Ben Roethlisberger, 39, Drew Brees.
Rodgers looks like an old man. That guy looks like he's 50.
Yeah.
He does look. He looks like he's like sick.
Do you see the bags under his eyes?
Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell he's drinking. He's got some booze in him or something. I'm telling you.
But
I mean,
I remember when Roethlisberger was drafted, he was so much bigger than everybody that was playing at the time. You know what I mean? Truck people. But now, if you look at a lot of those young quarterbacks I just mentioned, a lot of them are the same size as him.
yeah, but built differently though, man. Big
No,
Ben,
for sure.
Big Ben is built like a big dude, man. That he's a lumber.
He's,
He's
yeah,
built
he's
like
almost like a linebacker, man.
Yeah.
bigger linebackers, honestly. That's what's funny. Is like he runs. Like, you sure you want to try and tackle this guy?
All I know is I'm really glad they fired everyone at the Bears. I don't want to ever really be glad somebody lost their job, but I'm glad those guys all lost their job.
Are they still in the NFL?
I know. That's what I was gonna say.
All right, yo. Well, I got to get off because there's a saying in my house: "Happy wife, happy life."
Yeah, me too. I'm almost 42% my battery, man. Dying.
Have a good night, guys. Appreciate it, Aaron.
Have a good night. Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you, Ira.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Now, Mike and Ira do speed networking all the time. We've been doing it. We've basically been doing it like 2 or 3 times a week. So it's Monday. We'll probably be back on Wednesday or Thursday with you, I guess.
Nice.
All right, Joe.
All right, man.
Later. Peace.
Great rest of your week. Thank you, guys.
Peace.
Yep.
Thank you
Have a
for
good
having
weekend.
me.
BowmanDigitalMedia.com.
Well, I hope you have yourself a good night, sir.